when you look back at the four games of this series, it looked like you guys won in a bunch of different ways. How can that contribute to maybe your overall success moving forward in this postseason?
Well, I mean, I think the biggest thing is you have to earn it every time you play the Pacers because they play so hard and they play so together. And, you know, that's the number one thing that when you get into the playoffs, if you take your foot off the gas at any point in time, you're in trouble. So, you know, I appreciate the fact that, you know, the way that our guys play, especially late in games, the way they execute it all the way through. But we can still get a little bit better in the middle of the game. And but we're happy to win this series. We thought it was going to be really tough coming in, and like I've said all along, they're a physical, tough team that I think plays basketball the right way, and yeah, I appreciate them for that.
Right, Gary Wasser, Boston Globe. Hayward seemed to break out in the fourth quarter. I mean, and the meaning for him to come back here completely healthy in front of his home fans and just play well. I mean, you obviously can share that. I mean, what's that like for him?
I mean, it's you know, he can better answer that, but it's been a long process to get back to where he probably feels as good as he does now, and we knew that going in. We said all year, 20, 40, 60, 80, every 20 games he's going to be a little bit better, and he was big at the end of the game tonight for sure. That three-point play kind of pushed the lead out, and then obviously made some shots and made some plays, and you know, did a good job.
Coach Kevin Brockway, CNHI. Coach, 7 guys in double figures. How did that balance kind of help you tonight throughout the course of the game?
Well, Al and Kyrie had really struggled from the field, and you know, we were down 2 at halftime. I think those guys were, you know, 3 or 14 or something like that combined. So you felt pretty good about our chances going in the second half. We just keep playing the right way, and we got a lot of guys that can make plays and make plays for others. What the best part of the end of the game is that they were locked into Kyrie. They ran and doubled him. They doubled him off picks. They were very focused on him, and he just kept getting rid of it to the next guy, and the next guy had to make the right read and play. The ball whipped around the way it's supposed to, and so that was really encouraging. I think we're a hard team to double if you know, if we're really moving it like that.
John Corrales, MassLive.com. Terry Rozier had a pretty good series, especially defensively.
Yeah, really good.
Can you just speak to what it meant to have him step up in the face of not having Marcus Smart?
Yeah, and he was really good today. But no, I think all year long, we all know, you watch him play in the playoffs enough, like he can go to a level physically and competitively that can be effective, especially at this time of the year. And I'm really happy for him. I don't think he ever eclipsed 22 minutes or 23 minutes in the series ever, but every minute he played felt impactful. You know, we all know what he can do when he's given more opportunity. So for him to just stay the course all year and be ready for this time of the year to make a big difference is kudos to him.
Coach, Mark D'Amico, Celtics.com again. You talk about Terry's defense there, but overall, the team's defense was pretty strong through these 4 games. Where do you think you guys have progressed the most on that end over the last 1, 2, 3 weeks?
Yeah, I thought today we weren't quite as good, Mark, but I thought that for the most part we've just been a little bit more technically sound. So I think that's the one thing we're clearly playing with there's a lot of meaningfulness on every possession. We're playing the right urgency, all that stuff. Although I didn't think at the start of the second half we were, but most of the 4 games, we certainly were.
Steve Belpet, Boston Herald. Brad, you came into the year and everyone was raving about your depth. Today's game pointed it out really in great relief, the shooting you got off the bench.
Yeah.
Is that just a matter of tightening the rotation or just, guys getting the looks today?
Well, it's a matter of doubling Kyrie, right? So, which I totally understand, by the way, because he's so good at the end of the games. But if he's going to do that, he just has to make the next right play, and then everybody else can do what they do best. But I think, we've talked about our depth as a positive. We knew coming into the year it was going to be a challenge. We didn't always talk about it that way, but it's pretty clear from day one that it was going to be a challenge. But if it all comes together, it can be a positive, and it's, we're still hopefully trending upward. We don't, we want to be playing better each time we take the court.
John Corrales, MassLive.com. Jason Tatum had 12 free throw attempts today. Beginning of the season, he took a lot of mid-range shots, wasn't getting to the free throw line. What do you see from him now in the playoffs as far as shot profile, aggressiveness?
I thought that today he had a real look about him to get to the paint, get to the rim, get to the line. I think that there were other times where, he got guys off of him, and when he gets guys off of him and he goes with great pace into that pull-up, that's a good one. And then there are other times where guys really crowd him, and those are tougher. I thought today when guys really crowd him, he drove by them, and that's what you need to do, and then make the right play at the rim, which is easier said than done against these guys. Miles Turner creates a lot of issues at the rim.